Okay, so today, after having built this bar here to do key slots inside pulleys and the like, I'm just testing it. I'm doing it on some aluminium. It's 6061. I've got a bit ground here, high-speed steel. It's about a 10-degree rake back here, and we're just going to test this out on this aluminium. So I've done a few cuts to kind of get my head in the game, so we'll see how this goes. So I'm just letting this sit down on there so I don't have to do a big adjust. Get it good and tight so it's all pushed back into the back nicely. That's probably pretty good. We'll just double check that. Yep, like that. There we go. Looks pretty straight. I'll just clamp that down good and tight, and bring this back out. Looks like it's the right length. It's over the edge. It's rubbing. Cool. Reset the 0 position on the top side. Around here. Lock that collar up. You might not be able to see that in frame. Possibly not. Okay, let's power this sucker up. So I'm going to go down 1.5 millimeters, and that's about 60 thou, I think, from calc. So off we go. A little bit of cutting wheel needed. Get into the cut. Seems to be cutting reasonably well. I'm going down here. I'm not being too aggressive. Get a bit more cutting oil running down the shaft. Just nibbling away the same way I would if I was doing this inside a bore, really. No real problems with the machine. We're nearly at 45 on the dial, and we've got to get to 60. And 55, we're nearly there. Seems to be cutting pretty well. Right, that's my 1.5. Just let that clean up for a few strokes. Get the spring out of it. Done. So we have some key stock here. Now this is 1/4 inch, and it's not fitting because this is not yet 1/4 inch wide. It needs to get it to about 6.35 millimeters, and this is cutting around 6.2. So what we'll do is we will nibble a bit away from each side. So we'll get this going again, like that. And I'm just, you can probably maybe be able to see it on the dial, I'm just nibbling it around. I'm going to bring it around to 30. On each side of the cut, that's that side, and bring it back, bring it around to 30 on the other side. Nearly there. Done. Try that. Should be very close. Oh yeah, there we go. We're in. Nice. Just a small amount of wiggle there, but other than that, it's very tight. Nice fit. And it cut pretty well on that aluminium. So I think I can take that as a win. I have experimented with steel, and the higher this rake on this tool it grabs, because there's enough spring in here. If I use a neutral tool, which is what I've got on the top of this test piece, so it's flat, there's no back relief, it actually works pretty well. You have to go slow, but it will cut it. It will come up with the result you see here, which is actually pretty good given how far that is stuck out. So yeah, mild steel back in, and I've flicked the bit around so it's now got that neutral rake on the back. I will just start things up and I guess touch off the tool so we kind of know where we're at. So this is actually it's 55. 55? Yes, 55 strokes per minute at the moment, which is pretty conservative for this. Probably should be a little bit higher given the short length stroke we've got here, but it's okay, we're learning. I really don't want to break something if I can avoid it. Okay, that's touched off. So again, like I was doing before, I'll just reset the dial at the top, bring that around so I can measure down the 1.5 mil that I want to do for these test cuts. Put some cutting oil on this bad boy. Put some going down there, and we'll get cutting. Now this is going to be a lot more conservative than I was doing in the aluminium. And you can hear the difference. A lot more need for cutting oil in this cut to make it happy. Nearly up to nearly at 30, so nearly halfway. Really quietly nibbling away at this. It's just shaving it off. This mild steel is pretty jolly gummy and grabby as well, which doesn't help the cause, but that's okay. Away, 35, 40, 45, 50. $55. Coming up on 60, which is the 1.5 millimeters I want to get. hear some of the vibration in there. Just let that clean up. Okay, so as you can hear, it's definitely working a lot harder on the steel, and that's just the flex. So as expected, not a fit yet. So we're going to do the same as before. We'll go 30 microns, 0.3 of a mil in each direction, and that should open it up to be a nice little fit, says he bravely. 10. Okay, that's 30 that direction. And this traversing is just cleaning things up. Now we're going in the other direction. That's 20. Okay, that's 30. Bring that back to the centre, and that, God willing, should be a fit. Or is it going to be a tight one? I'm going to have to go a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to have to go a little bit more. I think I'm getting some spring in there. It's not going in. It's okay. We'll go back the other direction, we'll bring it in to 35 on that side, we'll bring it in to 35 on the dial indicator on that side. Let's see where we're at. It's close. I guess I've got some burrs on this bar, which I'm missing. No, doesn't want to go in. Okay. Oh, that's right. This is probably a different size. Or the bit on this side is a little bit different size. So I'm going to bring it out to 40 on each side. That's that side. Coming up to 40. 40 on that side. Okay. Where are we at? No, not yet. Jesus, I must have really ground some relief on the side of that thing when I was doing it. It's definitely made it smaller than the other one. Okay, we'll just be a bit ruthless and whack it out to 50 on both sides. See if that works. Wipe that off. Dang. There we go. Oh no, it's close. It's just... joys. Well, we'll fight away with this. I might have to bring you back once I've figured out the correct size, because at the moment it's got me a bit stumped as to why it won't fit. not fitting. I don't quite know why. We'll open it right up. 50, 60. $70 that way. $70 that way. Okay, it's fitting, nearly fitting. Okay, so I'll bring it up to 0. And move that over to $50 that side, and I'll bring it down to 60 cut here. And we'll go back the other direction, do the same thing, bring it down. I'm just wondering if the edges are in slightly, for some dumb reason. Here we go. There's my problem. That's cleaned it out. Yep. Absolutely cleaned it out. Now we've got it fit. Finally. So the reason why I'm doing this work on cutting keyways is I have this Poly V pulley that I've created. Did that manually on the lathe. And that is going to be part of a belt conversion on my small CNC mill, which is based off a BF20, which is kind of like a equivalent to one of those small grizzlies. Okay, anyways, just a bit of context.